Yeah, mine too.
Okay. We'll just try. We had such a great session last week, Christina, and then like 30 minutes later, I'm like, damn it. It was so good, you know? All right. Well, I'd like to start with that if you're fine, and we can kind of catch Elizabeth up
Sure.
and all the things. So last week, Elizabeth, Christina and I were talking about sales pages and going over her sales page, and we did some tweaks to it. So I told her that was her homework.
Oh, nice.
So she's presenting. Drum roll, please.
I got you.
No pressure, no pressure.
No pressure.
I think you should also tell Elizabeth what you do too.
Yeah, I'm just
You guys should
looking
probably tell
for
each other what you do.
I don't see my page showing up here.
I went to go see the movie Origins last night.
Ooh, how was it?
Girl, do you know anything about it? I knew nothing.
I've just heard very little bits, so you can tell me anything you want.
Intense as fuck. It's not really a movie. It's really weird. It was like an educational documentary.
Mm.
Incredibly slow moving, like no action.
That's hard for me. I'm a squirrel.
Action. Yeah. But like I was so entrenched in this, I was leaning forward in my seat, just like glued to
Okay.
the incredible. It's all about racism and how like racism isn't racism. It's so interesting.
Hmm.
The
What is it called?
Origins.
Oh.
No main actors. It's just this African American woman and this beautiful, crazy story that she wrote, and like how she came to write it.
Well,
And it covers everything. It covers African Americans, Asians, Indians, like a handful of cultures, and how it's not racism. So crazy. Anyway, super excited, Christina.
Yeah,
God,
can you see?
looks good.
Yeah.
First of all, for those listening, where did you do this at originally?
In Canva, is that what you mean?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so originally I had everything on one slide. So everything was on this one slide, and I just had the basic, what you get on there on the one slide.
Wait, do you have the original?
Yeah.
Girl, put the original first so that we
I
can see what we were working with.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, so you can see what we were looking at last week. And then the changes. We're making Christina dig.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm working for it. Okay, so this is the original.
Okay. 3
Nice, right?
30 days. Clarity call, hypnosis session. Oh, I'm actually looking for someone to do a hypnosis.
Well, let's talk. Okay, so this was the original. And
it's a personalized transformation recording tailored to your needs. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a one pager.
So it was just that.
Yeah, everything right
then.
So we were talking about like creating almost like a journey for her clients. Sometimes when we use PowerPoint, at least I get this feeling, I'm not trying to project this on anybody else, but it sometimes feels like salesy, like, oh, what is she going to show me? But if she is already saying, can I pull up what is this called? Can I pull up a
presentation?
Presentation. It's at that point, if you can already say that part,
yeah,
then it doesn't matter if it's one page or 22 pages. You know, we're sticking to a small thing here, but she was already at the point where she's like, yeah, I showed this to people. So it's like, if she's already used to saying that, then why not make it more of a journey for her clients? Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So usually, I have discovery call and just get an understanding. I have them share with me, what they're going through. Usually it's, self-confidence issues, money blocks, whatever it is. So I, listen to what's going on with them. And then, if it's something that I feel like I can help them with, I tell them, I can definitely help you with this. Hypnosis will help you with this. Would you like me to show you what I recommend? And they'll say yes. So I will pull up this.
Okay.
So something that I wanted to incorporate that you recommended was kind of comparing it to other things. And I haven't put a slide in about that, but just saying something like, it's not going to be years and thousands of dollars, and just kind of setting the precedence. I think you'll get the result that you're looking for in 30 days. So what that would look like is in the first week, we would have a clarity call. This is just going to be a half-hour Zoom conversation. I'm going to help you deep dive into your intake form. We're going to identify the main issue that's causing this stress, overwhelm, whatever it is. And then we're going to establish your best personal outcome for you together. So that's week 1. Week 2, we are going to have the main session. And this is going to get to the root cause of your issue in your subconscious mind. We're going to release those old emotional blockages, eliminate patterns, and then we're going to install new beliefs. This is going to, and I haven't practiced this before, so
Fine.
so this is your main session. This is where we get to the cause, and then we're going to start developing new beliefs, new belief patterns.
Christina,
Yes.
would it help you if you act like I'm the client and you're pitching this to me? Because I actually do have money blocks.
Okay.
So you can use me and say, okay, I know that we've uncovered you have money blocks, and then like use this to sell to me, because it would definitely help me what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Okay.
So start from the beginning. I love that. Thank you, Elizabeth.
okay.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth, this is something that I can definitely help you with. I've helped others with. And I have a recent client, which I'll tell you about in a minute, that also had the same issues and had an amazing result. And the great thing about rapid transformation hypnosis, which is the type of hypnosis that I'm trained in, is that it's not going to take years and it's not going to be thousands of dollars. So you can get the result that you're looking for in about 30 days. And here's what that will look like. So in the first week, we're going to have a half-hour call. And essentially, we're going to identify your main issue. We're going to look at your history, where this issue came from, how long it's been bothering you. And we're going to establish what you want your life to look like afterwards. And this is going to help me prepare for your session, for your main session, which will be in week 2. Now, this is the 1.5 to 2 hour hypnosis. And in hypnosis, we're going to access your subconscious mind, and we're going to get to the root cause. That's going to allow us to identify where this entered your life and allow you to release those blockages so that you can move forward without them. And during the session, we're also going to start to change those beliefs so that you can move forward with new beliefs. I'm going to make a personalized recording immediately after this session, and you're going to listen to that for 21 days. So this is a 10 to 20 minute. What's that?
Like, wow, okay.
So you're going to listen to this every day for 21 days, in the morning or at night. This is based on your session. And what this is doing is this is rewiring your beliefs. So that in the main session, we're identifying, we're breaking that up. Every day for the 21 days after that, you're going to start to rewire. It takes 21 days to develop new beliefs.
Okay.
So you'll listen to that every day. And then at the end of the 30 days, we're going to have a 1-hour session. And this is going to address any lingering areas, anything that's resistant. And we're just going to reinforce everything so that you can move forward without that. This, and I'll tell you about the client that I mentioned before. His name is Dave, and Dave came to me because he was really struggling in his business financially. And he just wasn't making the income that he needed to make. We did this program and he closed $40,000 in 3 weeks.
Yes, that's what I need.
Yeah. So, so yes, this can absolutely help you. It's amazing. And like I said, it's not going to be months and it's not going to be thousands of dollars.
Okay, 600.
Love it.
So Christina, is this 600 something you pay up front? Do you offer payment plans? What does that look like?
Most of my clients pay up front.
Okay.
If you needed to split it into two, 2-week, two over the course of a month for 300, that's totally fine. I'm willing to work with you, but yeah.
All right.
Whatever you need, we'll make it work.
So how many clients have you worked with and what does your success ratio look like?
Yeah, so I've worked with, at this point, probably about 50 clients all over the world. This is all done virtually. And my success rate is really high because of this first call. And there's more testimonials on my website as well at kranick.com if you want to look there. But the reason is two things. It's because I want to get a full understanding of what you want your life to be afterwards. And the other reason is because I do rapid transformation. Compared to other types of hypnosis, which will focus on training your thoughts to think about other things, this is actually going to the root cause of why you're having those thoughts instead of trying to train you to have different thoughts. It's actually addressing your belief system.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. No,
Yeah.
this looks really good. Looks really good. I mean, I'd be into it.
No, it's awesome. I just get nervous, I think, because of the recording. Like as soon as somebody puts recording, I'm like, ah.
I could tell you were nervous.
I
definitely
know. I
was.
think it's just because I feel the pressure of the recording. I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Totally. So what is the rapid transformation hypnosis? Is that the acronym RTH?
RTT, so rapid transformational therapy.
RTT. Personally, I would start with that. So
Okay.
however you word that, like I practice RTT. People are drawn to things like that because it automatically elevates somebody. Like when there's an acronym of some sort, people just assume, which is true, that you're certified, licensed, you went to school. Like it's not just something that you just like made up. So whether you did or you didn't, it doesn't matter. But when you have some sort of an acronym like that, people just automatically kind of lean forward a little bit like, oh, this is a real thing. This isn't just like, she just thought of this while she was in her bathtub. That is where we think
a good idea.
But it feels more legit. So I would actually go with the RTT. So I study, I teach, I do RTT, also known as rapid transformation therapy, and then go into it. The other thing that I would lean on, which we did talk a little bit about this, and I know that you're still working on it, is somewhere in there, it's very important to make sure that you tell them that you are going to be using their name in that personalized hypnosis. And the
Okay.
reason that that is such a high selling point, Christina, is because people can get hypnosis anywhere, girl. Like you could go onto YouTube and you could just Google like 10-minute hypnosis. That's the thing. Meditation, whatever it is. So if you say, hey, listen, you can find hypnosis in lots of different places. There's lots of people that do hypnosis, but mine is different because I'm not just giving you a generic hypnosis recording that every single person uses. We unconsciously, or you would say you unconsciously, because you're smart, would know that deep down that this is just a generic one that like every other person is listening to. The reason this is so valuable is because I will be saying your name and our name, like Elizabeth's name, is the most important word to her in the English language. There is no other word in the English language other than Elizabeth. And we can all attest to this. I'm sure you've been somewhere where somebody says like your full name and you're like, oh,
Brings your attention.
yeah, totally, 100%.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point.
emphasizing, like, listen, I am going to be talking directly to you using the information that I pulled from our first session to create this recording for you over the next 21 days. That's where the value is above any other practitioner that uses generic recordings. Tell them that. Be like, whatever, figure it out. Right, do something so that it makes sense.
Yeah.
So many other, a large percentage, whatever it is, they're lazy. They don't want
That
to.
is true because most people will do a generalized, yeah.
Exactly.
That's a very good point. That's
Yeah.
a very good point.
So then when they get to the point, when they get to that, when you start building the value, their money is going to go up. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, this girl's like $1,000. Oh my gosh, this girl's going to be like $2,000. Oh my gosh, this girl's going to be like $3,000. And when you set that final page of 600, their anxiety goes from here to here, which creates
Yeah.
a sale. How do you collect payment?
How do I collect payment?
Yeah.
I send them an email with the next steps. Here's the payment link through it's Stripe. So they just click on that, enter their credit card information. I have them sign the terms and conditions, and then a link to make the appointment.
Awesome. So does your Stripe take Visa, MasterCard? What does it take specifically?
It takes Visa, MasterCard, American Express. I don't know about Discover.
Awesome. So Visa, MasterCard, American Express. So at the very end, she asked, which majority of people will ask.
Yes.
This is where a
The
business
payment.
owner gets tied up so many times is
Yeah.
you'll present the price and then don't say anything.
Okay.
Don't say anything. You say all of this value, $600, 30 days.
Which is not bad at all. It's nothing.
Yeah.
See how you guys just filled the space? I didn't even say anything. That's the space. So majority of individuals you see this, I do this on the mastermind all the time. I just don't say anything. Like I'm looking for an opener.
Yeah, I heard one time that it's a trainer had told me, a corporate trainer had told me that it's 14 seconds, that he's never had silence he'll count in his head, and he'll ask a question to the group and he'll count in his head. He goes, I've never made it to 14 because nobody can handle the silence and they have to say something.
That's how I feel. I'm like, nope, I don't like silence.
Exactly. So that's what you have to plan. So once you, this is for everybody. Once you present your price, don't say anything. Say nothing. You can look down. You can pretend like you're writing some notes. Just
Who's your target audience?
look at that. She filled it right away. So this is
I'll always fill it for you, Sabrina.
So this
Oh
is
my
what I'm
God.
talking about. Majority of people, which Liz did it, majority of people will say, how do I pay?
Yeah.
That's what they'll say. How do I pay? That is when you start speaking again. Until some people will ask a general question, answer the question, and then you just reiterate. It's $600. That's
Yeah.
it. Somehow, however it feels good for you. You want to reclose them again. It's only 600. It's only 600 bucks. It's only whatever. I try to stay away from dollars. Dollars sounds more expensive than just 600 or 600 bucks.
Mm.
I always use the word only. It's only, even when I'm talking thousands.
That's a good idea. Only.
Yeah, I just closed somebody last night at a Starbucks, and I said it's only 8,000 bucks. It is. It's only 8,000 bucks. For what we're giving you, it's nothing. $8,000 is nothing compared to what the long-term effects that these individuals are going to be going through. So, Christina, silence, write that down, both of you. Silence after you present your price. Next thing they're going to ask at some point, they're going to ask some questions or they're going to ask the price. At some point, they're going to say, how do I pay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to say, I send you a link. I accept MasterCard, Visa, American Express, whatever it is. If it's just Visa, MasterCard, you have to tell, because it fills that space and it takes away, it clears things up. It takes away confusion. So like back when I used to do like face-to-face stuff, I would always say it's whatever, $100 and I accept, cash, credit, check. Cash, credit, check. Because I was in person. And this was, now everything is online. But for anybody here listening who possibly does in-person stuff, you have to say exactly, if you're face-to-face with somebody, they want to pay you cash, you accept cash. When I used to sell garbage out of my garage, I accept Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App. I wouldn't even say cash because people don't come to people's offer ups with cash. They think it's going to get stolen. So I don't even say cash. I just say Cash App, Zelle, or Venmo. And then some people will say, oh, do you accept cash? But very rarely. People won't come to your house with cash because, well, no one has cash. But I didn't accept credit cards. So I had to make sure they knew, hey, these are the 3 forms of payment that I accept.
Yeah. No, that's good. And I think that the main key improvement or that feels really good is the comparison of, and I didn't do anything like that before, but when you do compare it to a lot of other things, a lot of people have spent already years of other things, that they've tried that aren't working, or, they've already spent a lot, and that this isn't that much compared to other things that you might try.
Yeah. So I would definitely get the comparison, the numbers, which I know you still have to add to it in some way, some sort of percentage, some sort of a graph comparing something. This is the value.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're building an invisible number in their head that is way higher than what it actually is. That's what all you're trying to do is scare the hell out of them. Where they're just going to be like, I can't fucking afford this shit. That's what you're trying to do for real. And then when you present your price, like last night, I said, average person that goes through detox rehab drops $20,000.
I believe it.
Dollars. I said dollars for that one. It raises the value. $20,000. I said it just like that. That's high. Then when I presented my price, I said it's only $8,000.
Right.
See the difference there?
Mhm.
I'm saying the same exact thing, but it's the vocabulary that society has given certain words and certain tones.
Yeah.
So when I'm presenting mine, it's no big deal. It's only $8,000. Say it fast. But when I'm presenting alternative, I said it's slow, serious, steady, with impact.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I will add a graph of some sort because I do have that data that it's comparable to 22 sessions of behavior therapy.
I love it.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely.
I always get the back like, oh, but I can't afford that, and it's like, okay. And I know it comes from a place of fear,
Yeah.
but I think it's a hard one to overcome sometimes because, you know what I mean? How can you, I don't know, for me, I think when they say that, I like kind of freeze up and I have a hard time overcoming that.
We went over this, Christina. Do you remember? Can you teach her?
I don't specifically remember, but oftentimes I feel like they're not understanding the value. And I think
It was
for
with the
me-
it was with the calculator.
Oh, you did the year.
oh,
Oh,
the
I've
year
done it with
thing.
you. Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
go over it. What's the
Can we
price?
go over it one more time?
Yeah. I want
Okay.
you to do it though, Elizabeth. I want you to do it. So it doesn't matter if you fumble up.
Okay.
What is the price of a program that you sell that you would be presenting us? What is the price?
$3,000.
$3,000. Yes, girl. Oh, we're learning quick. $3,000. That's too much. I can't afford that.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. But let me tell you why it's not too much. Okay, so we take the 3,000.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on. You asked something about a
Their
year.
age. Their age.
Oh, right. Okay, how old are you?
I'm 40.
You're 40.
Mhm.
Okay. So what if we were to take that number and divide it by 40?
3,000 divided by 40.
Okay, so then that number goes down to 75.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
now what?
Girl, you're getting it. Okay. So listen, this is why I'm having you do it because this is how we're getting it in our brain.
This is how I learn. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the average lifespan of a human?
Right. I think you said it was 82, 85, somewhere in there.
Yeah, most people say 80. It's actually 79 and a half.
Okay.
And you want to say that because, and that's true, you can Google it.
Okay.
You want to show yourself as an authority. So you know this.
Okay.
So most people will be like, I don't know, like 80, 83. Be like, awesome, so close. Wow, good for you. It's actually 79 and a half. Okay, so you're complimenting them. They're super smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also, I'm a fucking authority in this space. 79 and a half. Okay.
Okay.
So we're just going to round up to 80 to make this easier. So you were right with mine because it's the same. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to get out your calculator.
Yeah.
Christina, get out your calculator.
Am I
And
saying this to them or are we just doing
I'm
this?
doing it right now with you.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to say it to me?
So this is, can we pretend like you're 40?
I would love to pretend like I'm 40.
You're
Okay,
not older than 40.
I'm 46, but for this experiment, I'll be 40.
Okay.
I would have never guessed that.
Okay, let's do 46. Okay, Christina, get out your calculator.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to put in 80. That is the lifespan of a human, average. And I want you to subtract your age. This is how we're figuring out how many years you have left to live. What's the number on your calculator? Let me see your number.
Wait, she's 40?
46.
Oh, we're actually doing her age.
Yeah,
Okay.
I changed it. Sorry, that was my fault. Okay,
Okay.
so what is it, Christina? Show me your phone.
34.
34. Let me see. 34. Awesome. You want to have them participate. So make them hold up their stuff.
Okay.
You hear me?
Okay. So,
This is participation. This is you're telling them what to do and they are following suit
okay.
because you're a coach.
Mhm.
If they're not going to follow suit, like you need to know if they're already being rebellious. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you have to know that they're going to do what you're going to ask them to do. This is so simple. Okay, so 34.
Okay.
You have
30.
34, you have 34 years left, Christine.
I am above average, but that's fine.
I'm like, oh
Sorry,
gosh.
so you have 34 years left. The program is $3,000.
Okay. So you have 34 years left.
I want you to clear your phone.
Okay.
Put $3,000
Okay.
Yep.
into the phone. Divide it by 34 years. Show me your phone. What's the number on your phone? How many dollars is that?
88.
$88.23 to be exact.
Okay.
So this is the thing. Is $6,000 or is $3,000 a lot? Some would say
Me.
yes, some would say no. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is $88 a lot?
No.
No,
You bring a
don't
good
need $88
point.
spot. Okay, so this is what we're doing. You are not spending $3,000. You are spending $88 a year for the rest of your life because the coaching that I am providing for you is lifetime. It is going to pivot your entire life for the rest of your life. Not for one day, not for 1 week, not even for 1 year, for the rest of your life.
Okay.
This
I like
will help you. This will increase. And this is why you have to know your stuff. Like what is it going to help with? It's going to help with your time management. It's going to help with your relationship. It is going to help with your money. People need to know that they're going to save time, save money, or make money. Those are the three most important things. So if it's relationships, right, you're going to save time instead of all of these arguments all the time. All of this talking about divorce, think of all of the time you spend in a negative, she does relationships, Christina, that's what I'm talking about that. Okay. Think of all of the time you spend being mad, arguing, the silent treatment, and then like like talking it out, if you even talk it out. All of that wasted time when you could be spending it being loving, cuddling, having sex, going on hot dates, getting prettied up.
Mhm.
You're wasting so much time in a negative space. I want to save that time and I want to pivot it so that you are now spending time in a warm, beautiful relationship. It's
Can you
not
put my sales calls with me?
it's not $3,000. I get that it could feel like a lot of money, but it's
Yeah.
not $3,000. It's $88 a year for the rest of your life. And I feel as if the majority of individuals who are dealing with the situation that you're dealing with would invest $88 a year to guarantee a shift in their relationship.
Yeah.
This is why we're recording this. So listen,
Yeah.
how
I
does
love
that
that.
feel?
That feels great. That feels great. I love it. And I'm going to use that on my sales call this afternoon and I'll let you know how it goes.
It takes practice. Know that. So practice a few times by your freaking self.
Okay.
Do the math. When I first started doing this, I would be all like forgetting.
Well, that's what I'm like. Okay. Am I going to
You
forget?
have to
And I
write
look
it
like an
down.
idiot?
Write it down. Know
Okay.
exactly how to do it and do a cheat sheet because you're looking down. You're doing it on your phone. So you just have your
Yeah.
cheat sheet of it exactly how you're supposed to say it written down until you can just kind of flow like that. Yeah. They
A
don't
lot
know.
of times, a lot of times I've like compromised into payment plans versus just doing the straight out,
Yeah.
because it does help if
Yeah.
people like can break it up a little bit.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
We always do a payment
Okay.
plan.
Just to
Pretty
give
much
them a different
always.
option. Okay.
Yeah, so ours is 3 months. So I
Okay.
say the most we do is a 3-month plan because it's 90 days. So you pay at the beginning of the term. So not the beginning of the month. So you have to be careful with your words, your verbiage, because if they start on the 16th, I'm not going to accept payment on March 1st, like I'm already working with you. So we
Yeah.
start your first payment, a few days before you start, you have to pay. And then every 30 days, you know,
You have to make
consecutively,
that other
you
payment.
pay it. Yep. And then my invoicing system, has a partial payment. So
Oh,
I do the math in my calculator. I know some are more whimsical, but I have to do the math on my phone. And I do, so this one is 8,000. So I would do $8,000 divided by 3 is 2,666. I just round down, right?
that's what they pay a month.
Yeah, so in the payment part, I put 2,666, whatever. And then send it off. So mine gives an option of full payment or partial payment because they might change their mind. I've never had anyone change their mind, but although I have had people pay in full. I have had people, but they didn't even ask for a payment. They didn't even ask for it to be cut. They just paid it in full. But yeah, majority of people, when they start talking payment plans, they use a payment plan.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Fair enough. And do you mark it up if they're doing a payment plan? You know how people do that, like they'll
Yeah.
mark.
With my smaller stuff, like my mastermind, I don't know if you remember the sales page, either one of you, but the sales page was like $47 a month or the whole year so like
Right.
47 times 12 is $564 if you pay it 47 a month. But I have an option there that says if you pay all 12 months, then it's, I don't even know, like
You get like a discount.
yeah,
Yeah.
$497. So you save, I'm just making this up. I don't know. You save $67 if you pay the whole thing in full. So yeah, with my smaller stuff, I do.
Okay.
When I'm talking thousands, scares me. It just seems so complicated and like convoluted. People do though. One of the most expensive coaches I worked with did that. She said if you pay today in full, it's a 20% off.
Oh, okay.
And she literally closed so many people. This is what she did. She brought us in for a life coaching 1-day event. $97.
Mhm.
Brilliant. It was all day. She had it in a home, one of her homes. She has like rentals. She doesn't have it anymore, but she had like a rental. So she had us all there. There was like 12 of us. It was super comfortable. We're on a couch. She had appetizers. It was really nice. We learned. She taught the whole time with breaks. It was all day from like 8 to 8, $97. The last hour, she pitched her NLP, neuro linguistics programming.
Yeah.
$5,000, 7 days, and 4,997, of course, 4,997, 7 days. And if you pay today, it's 20% off right now today. Out of the 12 of us, literally like 8 of us bought it right there.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Crazy. And it wasn't even it wasn't even a free seminar. We paid for that. We paid for the sales pitch, but we learned a lot. And I pulled a lot of information from that, what she taught us, because I was already coaching at that time. So I started using her information. Then get this, the 7-day,
Mhm.
did the whole thing. At the end, she upsold again.
Did she really?
A 14-day, $10,000. Yep.
Stop.
Same exact thing. If you pay today, right now, 20% off.
Did
Half
you
of
do
it-
it?
I did. Half of us purchased.
Oh my gosh.
For real.
But
This
you
is
already went through the NLP, so what was that for?
the master and everything.
Wow.
So I didn't know she didn't even say there was ever a master. She just said, hey, you're gonna get a light certified for neurolinguistics programming. Then when she got to the end, she's like, hey, there's a master. You can become a master. So you're not an NLP practitioner, you're an NLP practitioner. So yeah, I took the whole course. It was magnificent. I actually learned hypnosis in that course too. There was a bunch of things. She had a whole sales pitch, on a screen, and she already had us captive and whatever. But I'm super grateful. I love it. I still use it to this day. I still flip through all of the material. It was well worth it. But this is a tactic that is used and works.
Okay.
But we have to be bold enough, courageous enough, hold space confidently enough to be able to present ourselves like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, people do that on thousands where they do a percentage off. I've only seen it done like in person like that. Like I don't really recall ever
Yeah.
or paying attention to like a sales page where it was
I've
like,
seen like the little upsells along the
yeah,
way. So
yeah,
like buy something and they'll be like, do you want to add this on and
yeah,
this on? You know?
yeah,
And you're like,
exactly.
oh.
Yeah. My CRM did that when I paid for my CRM when I first got in. It was $37 lifetime
Wow.
for just to put the name in.
Basic.
Yeah, you couldn't do any of the fancy stuff, just to host my name, hold my name. And I did that for probably 2 years before I upgraded. And I just paid $37. It was
Wow.
crazy. Yeah. And then, but in that sales funnel, everything under the moon, $100 for this, 300. It was like Spirit. If you've ever tried to buy Spirit tickets, it's
That's what I
like,
mean. Like all the
for a
add-ons.
pillow. Yeah.
Like by the time you're done, you could have just flown Delta. You're like,
Exactly.
okay.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. But
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I think the other thing too is, if I could add, that I think, just going back to the price objection, that a lot of times, and this, I noticed this too, is that people can't even visualize themselves without the problem, that they can't even, like, they've tried all these other things, they're
That's true.
very frustrated, and then you're asking them for this money and they're thinking this probably isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And I think just helping them also go, a year from now, when you don't have this
Yeah.
issue and it's no longer a problem in your life, are you really going to be thinking about this money? It's going to be irrelevant, and just,
So true.
helping them to visualize themselves without it, whether that's talking more about clients that you've had that have had success, or helping them visualize, well, what would that look like for you without this issue, and helping them to see a year from now this isn't going to really be on your mind.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you said like, hey, I worked with this client and they made like their first $40,000 sale or whatever, I was like, oh shit, boy, that would change my life. That would really make $600 worth it, right? So
Yeah, like that could be you.
right, so I think that's where someone like me that has money issues could certainly be helpful, because I
Yeah.
hear that and I'm like, oh, well then $600 is nothing if I can make 40,000, turn around and make 40,000,
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. And the thing with the calculator is you don't have to just do yearly. Once you get the yearly amount, like the 88, you can then divide it. You can divide it by 12. So
I would
that's $7 a month. You can also divide it by 365, which is a day. It's 24 cents a day.
Yeah,
Like,
and
are you
then
willing
that's
to
really like,
invest?
right,
Yeah. That's for the 3,000 too, I think. That was the $3,000 one. So it's even less on 600, like pennies. So, is it worth a 24 cents investment every single day for the rest of your life? I don't know. Like, only you know that. But
right.
that's the truth. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
So
I
you always
love-
want to put it back on them. You always want to say, hey, I'm not to say that 24 cents is a lot or a little bit of money. I don't know. Is it?
I mean,
Because it's just like $8,000. Like, if you ask a millionaire, is $8,000 a lot of money? They're going to be like, not really. But if you asked me when I was dead broke as a single
I was
mom,
just gonna say, yeah,
God, that's a lot of fucking money. That's everything.
that's right.
So who's to say? So you have to ask, like, I don't know if that's a lot of money.
But a lot of my people are like going through divorce. There's a lot of fear because now they're like going from two incomes to one income. So it's like I have to figure out how to overcome that, right? Because now it's like I already have that block. They already have that block up.
Let's do it right now. We have 10 minutes. So what's an example? What's an
So
example of their $3,000 program that somebody want to buy because of?
yeah, so somebody that's like, for example, going through a divorce and is just sitting in a lot of pain, they're stuck, they have no idea what to do next, right? So it's like, okay, so how do we help you kind of shift from where you are to where you want to be, right? What's that look like for you? And so let's say they say, well, I want to be able to, stay in my home, be able to, not be in pain anymore and be able to just feel like I'm okay. I'm confident on my own. I feel worthy of like finding love again, all of those things, right?
I love
So
it.
yeah, so it's like, okay, so now how do I take that person, but right now isn't all that fear and is like, how am I going to make this all work and say, okay, I can help you get from where you are to that place you just described for $3,000, 3,000 bucks.
Is this while they're going through the divorce?
Sometimes, yeah. Like I have a client that's going through the divorce process.
Right now? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, a lot of that's also holding space. So you keeping tabs with a CRM of some point and putting, notes in there, recontact in 2 to 3 months.
Mhm.
Also, though, painting a picture of, do you want to, how do you want to look after this? Or how do you want to look during this? Like, I want you to be showing up in the mediations or in court or for yourself right now as a powerful human. Right
Right.
now, more than ever, you need to be showing up as a powerful human where you're not letting this individual, bog you down
That's
and
right.
and present you as being weak or invaluable. Like, you are worthy of love and a good life and to stand in your brilliance and your power. And let's do that right now for two reasons. One, you're going through this.
Yes.
I don't want you going through this as a weak person. I want you going through this as a powerful person. Do you want to be going through this as a weak person?
No.
You want to be going through this as a powerful person. And then number two, the moment all this is, it's going to take a while. It's going to take long, but as soon as it's done, like, it seems like it's taken a long time, but as soon as it's done, it's going to be done like this. And I don't want you to be sitting around eating Cheetos and watching Netflix in a depression or a lull. I want you, as soon as those papers are signed, to be able to shoot yourself off into a light and into a bright life that is now not dealing with all of the heaviness and all of the heartache that was involved in that. I don't want you to miss one step, and I don't want you to waste any time.
Yeah, the time thing is big
Yeah.
because it does, the process itself. If you don't have support, it takes a lot longer than if you have someone there cheering you on and helping you through that process.
100%. So you always want to talk about time and money. Just figure it out. It's always going to be different. How are you saving them time and or sometimes it's both money?
Yeah, definitely time.
Yeah.
Definitely
So I
time.
don't want you having to be registered in therapy. So people are in therapy for 7 years. Time just wasted. Do
Yeah.
people need therapy at certain times of their life? Yes.
Yes,
But with my program, you can bypass all of that.
that's
I
right.
think that's an excellent point
Okay.
right there that you can really, because I know I have a friend who went through divorce, and I mean, therapy for years. And
It was one of them.
right. And are they completely where they should be? No, like this could be, what if I can help you through this? And it's not, you don't have to be, not that you have to say like therapy is bad, and it's not if it works for you, but the alternative is that, you know, that I can help you in, how long is your program?
I have a 3 month and a 6 month.
3 month and a 6, 3 or 6 months, you could be where you need to be. The one thing that I do think helps, that I ask people to rate where they're at with their issue.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I just ask them to kind of gauge, and so I'll say, 10 being the worst, that this is affecting your life, 0 being it's not affecting you at all. Where are you at? And someone will say 8, 9, or 10. And I'm like, okay, in 30 days, you can be
0.
at a 2 or 3, or 0 to 2, and it kind of paints that picture for them. So they're
That's
also
good.
saying like, I am at a really high pain point with this. And they're self-identifying that. It's not me saying like how this is affecting your life, it's them saying. And then one of the other things that I'll ask them is, what is this? What is it preventing you from doing?
Mm,
And a lot of times there's a really strong pain point there. And they'll say, it's preventing me from starting a business, or changing careers, or whatever the thing. It's like a really strong pain point. So I think that's really helpful in helping them identify like, what if you don't do this, then
yes.
you're still going to be at a 9, you're still going to be at a 10, you're still going to be, for them, like not feeling comfortable dating or whatever
I
that
love
thing
it.
is. Yeah.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's great advice.
Beautiful. All right, ladies. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Hope you took a ton of just awesome beneficial notes. Super excited to hear what happens with the sales spiel. And remember, there's no losing. It's just it's always lessons learned, right? I didn't close my deal last night. She says she needs to get back to me. That's real life. So, but like go all in, do the things, and let us know. Give us some feedback next week on how it went. And yeah,
Good
practice,
luck,
practice,
everyone.
practice, practice, practice. All
Go
right,
team.
ladies. Great job. You know where to find me. Stay active in Circle, get in, ask questions, ask for feedback as you're living your best life on this journey. We'll talk soon.
Bye, everyone. Have a great
Bye.
day.
You too.